Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It was downright odd that after Liam was given his fatal prognosis, he went missing. Had that been an actual storyline, as in he skipped town in order to wrap his head around this development, that might have been kinda cool. But instead, he simply shifted to the back burner. Immediately after that heartbreaking moment, the show hit the runway. And what we got on Monday was a lot of talk about Brooke and Ridge's literal show-stopping moment. Tuesday gave us more of the same, as did Wednesday. For 3 solid days, there was not a single mention of Liam. It was downright bizarre and, worse, kinda boring. Sorry, but there's just not a lot of high drama where Brooke and Ridge potentially reuniting for the billionth time is concerned. Let me start by saying that I love Rebecca Budig and have for years. She is one of the funnest people you will ever interview, especially if, as happened during a chat we had shortly after she joined Bold, she happens to be making bread. Trust me, you had to be there. That said, I don't get why Taylor is on the canvas. Since returning, the character's only storyline has involved Ridge. He cured her of broken heart syndrome. And yes, that's a very real thing. He ran to her the second he felt betrayed by Ridge. And now, it feels as if she's living in a fool's paradise where their potential future is concerned. Why can't Taylor have a story outside of Ridge? A patient who becomes obsessed. Heck, let's see her take on the biggest challenge of her career by deciding she's going to write a book about the ultimate tag team of patients, Sheila and Luna. Long story short, there's more to life than Ridge, and it's time Taylor realize it. I get why Liam wants to keep everyone from knowing he's dying. But man, he's going to do a whole lot of damage before either meeting his maker or being told, whoops, you're gonna live. It's bad enough that the people he loves are going to be hurt by his keeping quiet. But now he's doing things which could have long-lasting consequences. For example, he's pushing Hope to reunite with Carter, even as the blonde is perhaps rediscovering her not-so-dead and buried feelings for Liam. What if he is robbing both Hope and Beth of a chance at reuniting their family? How do we have 2 certified murderers on the canvas in Sheila and Luna, yet there isn't any kind of exciting thriller-type story? Sheila's been domesticated, and my biggest question about Luna regards where she's living and how she's affording her killer wardrobe. Daphne was introduced as a free-spirited woman who had a worldly view of sex and relationships. But 6 months on this show and she's become just another woman willing to pursue a guy who is clearly interested in someone else. Maybe she, Brooke and Taylor should form a support group. It's increasingly ridiculous that they don't mention RJ and/or his absence. They made a big deal about inviting influencers to the fashion show, and that's exactly what he was doing before becoming an Insta designer. You're going to have someone else opining next week, as I'll be on a cruise ship exploring Alaska. I know this is going to upset regular reader Jade deeply. Be kind to my substitute and, while you're at it, each other. Assuming I don't get eaten by a bear or swallowed by a whale, I'll catch you later. Los Angeles is no stranger to dramatic meltdowns, romantic betrayals, and scandalous secrets, but the current storm brewing on the Bold and the Beautiful might be one of the most volatile in recent memory. While fans have been fixated on Sheila's return and Steffi's mounting pressure, there's a quieter, more psychological bomb ticking beneath the surface. Drive. Taylor Hayes. Yes, the formerly composed psychiatrist is about to unravel, and in a way that no one sees coming. Meanwhile, Liam Spencer is about to make a mistake so catastrophic it could upend the very foundation of multiple families. Taylor is not okay, and everyone's ignoring it. Let's start with the obvious elephant in the room. For months now, Taylor has been playing second fiddle to Brooke, quietly drifting between moments of clarity and instability. Her presence at Forrester gatherings has felt increasingly hollow, and despite trying to act the peacekeeper, Taylor is cracking. The signs are all there: sudden absences, disjointed conversations with Ridge, and that unnerving scene where she looked at a framed photo of her and Ridge for nearly 10 minutes, lost in thought. Steffi chalked it up to nostalgia, but what if it's something darker? Sources tease that a long-suppressed trauma from Taylor's past could resurface, something linked to her time away from Los Angeles, possibly tied to a patient she couldn't save or even someone she hurt. She's been bottling up years of heartbreak, guilt over Ridge, and now a deep-rooted fear that she's becoming irrelevant. With Ridge dancing between loyalty and desire for Brooke, and her children facing personal chaos, Taylor is beginning to lose her grip. Expect a shocking breakdown at an upcoming family dinner, one where Taylor confronts Brooke in front of everyone, accusing her of siphoning Ridge's soul, and calling her a polished liar with angel wings. This confrontation won't just be embarrassing, it will raise real questions about Taylor's mental health, and whether she needs professional help herself. Brooke versus Taylor round 157, but this time, it's tragic. Unlike their previous showdowns, this one might end in tragedy. Taylor may walk out after the confrontation and disappear. Days later, her car will be found abandoned on the Pacific Coast Highway. Ridge will blame himself. Brooke will be consumed with guilt. And Steffi, she'll go into protective overdrive, not just for her mother, but for herself, her marriage, and her brand. This incident could prompt Hope to reflect on her own relationship with Brooke. Is she enabling her mother's obsession with Ridge? Or is Brooke genuinely trying to help everyone, even at the cost of her own relationships? Meanwhile, Liam can't keep his hands, or his secrets, to himself. Now on to Liam, who, true to form, is once again the moral compass spinning out of control. After months of emotional whiplash between Hope and Steffi, Liam has been riding a dangerous line, and it's finally about to cost him everything. After catching wind of Finn's suspicious behavior around Sheila, Liam starts digging. But instead of approaching Steffi or even confronting Finn like an adult, he decides to go to Bill. That's right, he ropes in Dollar Bill, hoping to launch a covert investigation into Finn's loyalties. Bill agrees, but with a caveat: if Liam's wrong, he walks away from Steffi for good. Liam, always convinced he's right, agrees. What follows is a cascade of missteps, including bribing a nurse at the hospital, following Finn after hours, and finally, sending Steffi a photo of Finn and Sheila hugging. What Liam doesn't know is that the hug was a desperate, manipulative move on Sheila's part. Finn didn't initiate it, and in fact, pushed her away. But the damage is done. Steffi is horrified, not by Finn, but by Liam's betrayal. Once again, he's stepped into her marriage like a wrecking ball, uninvited. Hope catches wind, and she is done. When Hope finds out what Liam did, she doesn't scream. She doesn't cry. She simply says, "You don't deserve any of us." Then she takes off her ring and leaves. Just like that. But it's not just heartbreak for Hope, it's a reckoning. She's been bending over backward to prove she's not like Brooke, that she can keep her family together. But Liam's actions force her to see the truth: he's never truly been hers. She was always just the safe option, the fallback. Rumors suggest Hope may lean into a new partnership, possibly with Thomas. But don't expect a full-blown reunion just yet. Hope is entering a self-discovery phase, one where she might put herself first for once. And Thomas, who's been working hard to stay on the straight and narrow, might finally get a chance to be her friend first, not her savior. Steffi and Finn on the brink, again. Steffi is nothing if not strong, but this latest invasion of privacy may be her limit. Already struggling to keep Sheila at bay, now she's forced to question not only her husband's honesty, but her ex's obsession. Her instinct is to protect her children, even if it means walking away from both men. She'll kick Liam out of her life for good, but that might not be enough. Word is, she'll give Finn a shocking ultimatum: if Sheila contacts you again and you don't tell me, we're done. Finn, ashamed and desperate, promises to comply. But viewers know Sheila is relentless, and already cooking up her next ploy. Could she fake a medical emergency to lure Finn in? Or worse, target Steffi's kids to manipulate him? Taylor's disappearance could uncover a bigger secret. As the Forresters and Logan scramble to locate Taylor, something else bubbles to the surface. Ridge discovers an encrypted file on Taylor's laptop, titled Project Rose. At first, it appears to be therapy notes, but further digging reveals names, dates, and one phrase that sets Ridge's blood cold: "I didn't mean for it to happen." Could Taylor be hiding involvement in a death? A cover-up from her time abroad? Or worse, did she suppress memories from her past that are now threatening to resurface? One theory is that Taylor may have been stalked or harassed while working overseas, and in defending herself, caused a death that was buried with hush money and professional silence. Now, with her mental state deteriorating, the truth may finally be clawing its way to the surface. Liam's consequences spiral out. Back in Los Angeles, Liam thinks he's done the right thing, until he finds himself completely alone. Hope is gone. Steffi won't speak to him. Even Bill is furious that Liam dragged him into personal drama with no real payoff. Wyatt, in a rare moment of clarity, tells Liam, "You don't fix things, you break them." Liam's downward spiral could lead to something far more dangerous, especially when he crosses paths with a new woman introduced next week. Described as intelligent, unstable, and harboring a secret grudge, this new character could be a face from Liam's past, or someone hired by Sheila to destroy his credibility completely. What comes next? A town on the verge. With Taylor missing, Ridge reeling, Steffi shaken, and Liam ostracized, Los Angeles is heading for one of its darkest chapters yet. And through it all, Sheila lurks in the background, watching, waiting, and planning her next move, but the true wildcard may not be Sheila or even Liam. It may be Brooke, whose role in Taylor's breakdown is far more complicated than anyone knows. Could Brooke have known Taylor was slipping, and chosen not to act? And if Taylor is found alive, and mentally unwell, what will happen to her license? Her reputation? Her family? Final thoughts. The Bold and the Beautiful has always danced along the line between melodrama and emotional truth. But the upcoming weeks promise a brutal emotional reckoning, especially for Liam and Taylor. While Taylor battles demons from her past, Liam will face the fallout of playing puppet master in other people's marriages, and as always, love, loyalty, and lies will determine who survives, and who falls. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our Bold and Beautiful Update YouTube channel for more update news.